Roe v. Wade overturned. Huge win for men. And let me tell you why. Now, why was this in court in the first place? That's a good question. I haven't heard anybody ask that. It was in there. When it was in there, it took attorneys. It took money. Who funded all that? That's a good question. You got to start off by asking. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. Ruth Ginsburg, it was the women have their choice. They could walk away. They could, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. If it was rape, incest, bad Friday night, they could walk away. They could abort. They could say, "See you later. It's not my time to have a child." Right now, was that right afforded to the male? No. Whatever the woman chose, whatever the mother chose, the male had to go along with, and child support was attached to it. So why did the women have all the choice and the male not have any choice? He could have been, oh, I met that girl for whatever choice, I met that girl Friday night at the club and she was cool or whatever. We hooked up, but I don't want to live my life with her and I don't want to have a child with her. And she has the choice to have the baby or not have the baby. She had the baby. I should have the choice to have the responsibility or not have the responsibility. She had the choice to have the responsibility or not have the responsibility. Why is that choice only for women? You can't give one set of rights, Roe v. Wade, to women and not that right to male. And that's why I say it's a huge win for men. It's got nothing to do with women's right to choose or anything else. And the social media posts are just appalling. But I'm not getting into that. I'm try not to. But the whole reason is now that this is a pendulum. Ruth Ginsburg, every woman's got the right to choose. Now all of a sudden it's federally protected anyway. Now all of a sudden it's not federally protected, so you got to go check out your states and see what state is allowing you to do what as a woman. But it is going to swing back the other way. And when it does swing back the other pendulum, back and forth, right? But when it does swing back the other way, it's not going to swing back the other way without having men's rights included. So if women want the right to choose federally protected, you have to include men in that too. So when it does swing back the other way, the only way women are going to get the right to choose federally protected is if that is also afforded to men. You can't have one right given to females and not to males. So when it swings back the other way, that's the end of the war, and we'll see what happens then. But I think it's going to be males will also have the right to choose to get out of child support. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that as in women have to think about whether they want the child without the support or whether they want to use a child for support to live. And I think that's gonna increase when it goes back the other way. I think that's going to increase the amount of abortions. Unfortunately, but I think that's going to increase the amount of abortions because men will also have the right to choose to say, no, I'm going to walk away from that. And I'm not going to support that. So the female will no longer say, I'm going to have the child. The female will say, I'm going to abort the child because I'm not going to have, I don't have the right to, I don't have the federally protected right to take his money to have this child. That's my opinion.